The saga of the strange noises continues. I want to do a quick video just to respond to my last one, which was about the strange noises heard across the north coast of Ireland on Tuesday, the 24th of February. Because there's a lot of comments both on Facebook and on TikTok. And a lot of people have kind of zeroed in on the fact that flight radar was showing up, that there were a number of military craft in the area. There's a lot of speculation that it was fighter jets and also a couple of super tankers which were refueling. I've also seen some references to some possible B-52s, bombers flying into Aldergrove Airport. Not all of the aircraft that were in the air had transponders. They're not all actually transparent to us. So whilst it's a great resource to have and it's good to kind of like rationalize some of the stuff, which I did myself actually, when the noise was on, I went onto flight radar to see if I could see a flight that would make sense. Whilst that's all good, it doesn't really go into the nuts and bolts and the explanation. Part of the reason I posted a video was to talk and just put on record what I had heard, what I experienced, and to talk about how eerie it was, because it was genuinely, for me, an eerie sensation. I'm quite happy to accept the rational explanation for it. That's not the point. When you hear that kind of rumble and you go outside into a mist and the atmosphere just feels a particular way, it did feel eerie. And I wasn't the only one, judging by the comments, that felt slightly unnerved by it. So I think that's a fair observation to make. I've seen a lot of comments from people who've been experiencing similar things across the UK and Ireland in recent weeks and months. At different times of the day. A lot of people suggesting other flights and airplanes, and it's quite interesting. So there's obviously quite a lot of military activity that's going on at the moment, and we're not always aware of what is going on above us. I think the reason that this stuck out was because it was so late at night. It was 11:15 at night. It was quite late for a noise like that, for a very loud noise. I'm still surprised that they were allowed to travel with that kind of volume that late at the evening over the UK. But maybe this is something that happens all the time and it's just the first time that I've ever picked up on it, or it's ever kind of been in my radar. I think the other thing that's quite interesting, and something that a lot of people haven't really got into, is why it is on this occasion that it was so obvious if this is something that happens all the time. I'd really like to get into things like, the atmospheric conditions that have influenced this and stuff like this, but it is outside of my area. Really, I'm just interested in the phenomenon. I'm interested in the sensation, the experience, and the government, the American government, haven't actually confirmed what it was that was making the noise. They haven't addressed any of the questions when they've been asked. So whilst we can find a little bit of kind of comfort in what we can draw our conclusions from, we don't actually have any official answer at all. But yeah, on to the next thing. I'm sure there'll be more weird stuff happens that I can talk about at a future date.